Barakati Hawa, Barakati Awashai, Barakati Hawa, Barakati Awashai, Barakati Hawa, Barakati Awashai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai, Bashem Rakakodash. Double honors, apostles, and elders of great millstone, peace and salutation. To you, beloved Hakim, that is pushing this word in sincerity and truth, with humiliation, all the apostle forwards to you, I salute. This is the brother's desire, one back at you, another lesson to the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bashem Yahushai. And pretty much, um, I wasn't gonna do a lesson on it, but the spirit, you know, um, I was looking at that, and the spirit just say do something on it, because pretty much, what we been saying, man, we been telling our people, but they don't understand. Every time you're gonna do the work of the Lord, there's always somebody to flick and come around you, you know. Oh, Salakia. They're saying anytime you're gonna do the work of the Lord, there's always somebody come bothering you or mess with you. You know, Prince of the power there, he don't want this word to get out. But nevertheless, yeah, man, I get this article I want to go into because a lot of our people, they don't really understand what's going on. You understand? Okay, like 50 Cent say, this is a white man's world. All right, and a lot of people don't believe that. All right, you see this guy picture? This is Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. All right, he ain't white, he red. All right, this the devil the Bible speaks of, right, y'all? All right, and guess what? Like the scripture says, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. All right, he's considered the wicked, right? Right? This Job 9:24. It says, the earth is given in the hand of the wicked. He covered the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? Who is he? Or if he in the wicked, where and who is he? If he in the wicked, then all right, okay, all right. Now these last scriptures we always just bring out. Malachi 1:4. Whereas Edom said, we are impoverished. Esau is Edom. But we will return and build the desolate places. Thus said the Lord of hosts, they shall build, but I will throw down, and they shall call them the border of wickedness, the people against whom the Lord had indignation forever. You see that? Esau is the bottom of wickedness. These people right here, the so-called white man, who basically, when you read the scriptures, all right, check this out. They not in trouble as other men. All right. All right. This is Psalm 73. This is Psalm 73 and 3. It says, for I was envious at the foolish when I saw the prosperity of the wicked. For there is no bonds in their debt, but their strength is firm. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men. They are not in trouble as other men. Check this article out, right? American businessman fined 1.4 million for guns and ammunition. It says an American businessman who was caught with 14 guns and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition on his yacht has avoided 6 years in prison by paying $1.4 million fine. If that being friggin' a Jake, he'd get lost and he's going to jail, buddy. He's going to jail. But I suppose Esau get away. Already just paid a big fine and that was it. He paid a big fine. They get paid under the table for this, man. That's to show you how corrupt the system is. An American businessman who's caught with 14 guns and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition on his yacht. What you doing all that? What you doing all them guns and ammunition? You bringing that in the country? On his yacht has avoided 6 years in prison by paying a 1.4 million fine. James Finkel, 62, the CEO of security company Shadow 300 LLC, paid the money in accordance with a plea deal signed by the DPP. You see that? So you could just pay a big fine and you get away just like that. But we understand this is a white man's world. All right, the earth is given in the hand of the wicked. He ain't in trouble as other men, he ain't plague like other men. All right, this the devil. And we keep telling you people, all right, this your enemy. All right, this your enemy. Esau, Edom. Okay, this is world. All right, this world is coming to an end. All right, this is coming to an end. Okay, he could always get away in this wicked society because this is world. All right, this is coming to an end. Magistrate Lennox Colby Sr. ordered the return of Finkel's 126-foot yacht pursuant to the agreement. Finkel, a gun enthusiast, was arrested in Bimini on October 21st after police and custom officers found a cache of guns and ammunition during a search of a safe and closet on the pleasure craft, which was at Moore's, which was moored at Resorts World Bimini. It says, according to defense lawyer Paco Deal, Finkel suffered from memory loss and heart disease. Oh boy, tell ya. Okay, you know, that's how these devils go. You know, you suffer from memory loss and heart disease. You bring all them damn friggin' guns in the country. You know, but check this out. I had a clip. Hold on for me. Shit. They always saying shit on Facebook. Facebook gets so much abomination on it.
Meantime, public fury igniting tonight after a wealthy businessman only received a fine for gun offenses. That
you see that? Public fury ignites. All right. But they don't understand what the scripture says. They don't understand. This devil always can get away because this is wicked. This is society.
Discussion sparking debate on the law and leniency. Our Jose Etienne joining me live in studio to further discuss. Jose?
Janea, outraged residents argue that this case points to discrepancies in the system that favors those with deep pockets over the...
What y'all think? Y'all ain't on the level of Esau? This Esau world is it is discrepancy. And we've been telling our people that. But they so ignorant. They so ignorant. Okay. This is man kingdom. Alright? This is his man kingdom. Let me get a precept, man. Because our people so ignorant. They don't know they in a fight. Alright. This ain't your all world. Alright. The heathens ruling over us. This is 2nd Ezra 6 and 7. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times? Or when shall the end of the first and the beginning of it that followeth? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac, when Jacob and Esau were born of him, Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is the end of the world, and Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Esau is the end of the world. All right. Let's get Matthew 24. Let me get my sword. Matthew 24. Because our people don't know what's going on, but Matthew 24 and 3. And as he is Yahushua, and as he sat upon the Mount of Olives, the disciples came unto him privately, saying, tell us, tell us when shall these things be, and what shall be the sign of thy coming and of the end of the world? When you go into that world, it means eon. It says a broken age. You see that? Universe, a period of time, an age. All right, the age of the Idumeans. Okay. End of an age. Okay. The end of an age, aeon. Okay. It says from the same properly by extension, implication of the word specifically Jewish a Masonic period, present or future, age, course, beginning of the world began without end. World began without end. All right. Age began end of an age. All right. The age of the Idumeans. All right, because there's a bevy of worlds. Okay, Esau is the end of the world. All right, his rulership is coming to an end. All right, his rulership coming to an end. All right, let me show you Sirach. I think it's the 10th chapter. Okay, Sirach 10 and 8. Because of unrighteous dealings, injuries, and riches got by deceit, the kingdom is being translated from one people to another. All right, that's this wicked kingdom. All right, built on lies, rape, robbery, and murder. Unrighteous dealings and injuries got by deceit. That's how this man system was built up. The scripture say the kingdom is being translated from one people to another. All right, this is the wicked kingdom. This man always gonna get away in this king, so people don't understand what's going on.
What's your name?
You hate to see this shit every time you damn look on Facebook. It's
Meantime, public
abomination.
fury igniting tonight after a wealthy businessman only received a fine for gun offenses. That discussion sparking debate on the law and leniency. Our Jose Etienne joining me live to further discuss. Jose?
Janea, outraged residents argue that this
Not straight for the topic. That's why there's a Bahamian singer he used to sing the song a couple of years ago. He made up the song KB. I think that's KB. He say, man, Facebook is the devil. Facebook really is the devil. Because you seeing all kind of abomination on Facebook. But nevertheless, as we move.
case points to discrepancies in the system that favors those with deep pockets over the average man. Here it is, a businessman paying $1 million fine after admitting to bringing in 14 guns and more than 1,000 rounds of ammunition in country aboard his yacht in Bimini last week. Perhaps a drop in the bucket for 62-year-old James Finkel, while some Bahamians with far fewer weapons find themselves behind bars, arguably in some cases, regardless of the circumstances. And
you see that? You see what he say? They lost Jake in jail. They would fucking lost Jake in jail if they get catch with a gun. Jake going to jail. That's to show you the difference in this society. All right, Esau could get away with that shit. Jake can't get away. We under the curses, but these niggas can't see that. All right, this ain't our society. This Esau's world. You ain't gonna get away. Okay. Our kingdom is coming up next. All right. That's why we hasten to flee from these times, but our minds ain't in this place.
So is this a case of bias? Well, National Security Minister Wayne Monroe says absolutely not.
If one reads the decision of Hart, which was a black Bahamian woman, the indication is that sentencing consideration does not know color, does not know race, does not know nationality, does not know wealth.
Monroe making reference to a 2023 court matter involving an 81-year-old great-grandmother who was convicted alongside her grandson for possessing an unlicensed firearm as he tore apart claims that Finkel, former head of a United States-based steel company, got off easy after pleading guilty to...
Yeah, you see the difference? They ask God. this system. Just don't pity us, man. Just don't pity the Israelites, man. They pity Esau.
Possessing over a dozen firearms and tons of ammunition. Now, while the businessman was portrayed as a gun enthusiast in the magistrate's court, some might dismiss that assertion and argue that he's a firearm trafficker given the number of weapons and ammunition found on board his yacht.
I would be surprised if they did not query whatever the guy's name. What is the background of this person? And they would have acted on that basis. That information would be made available to the DPP, who would make a judgment based on that. If this fellow had a profile of a firearms trafficker, I have no doubt that the plea agreement wouldn't be made to him.
Finkel's case mirrors that of Kyle Carter, who was sentenced to 5 years after being busted with 15 firearms and over 500 rounds of ammunition. Unlike Finkel, who simply paid a $1.4 million fine, Carter was placed behind bars. He was also treated like a gun trafficker, and Monroe's explaining why.
The example you give would be of a Bahamian, unlicensed weapons in the Bahamas, in a vehicle. What else would you say he would likely do with those firearms where he wasn't licensed to have them here or anywhere else? So that's not a similar circumstance.
There are also...
But yeah, it is. What Esau doing with all them fucking firearm? All right. What he doing with all of them? What he bringing them the country to do? All of those damn firearm. Okay. Boy, this system really fucking corrupt, body. All right.
Concerns that Finkel may have escaped a mandatory prison term for firearm offenses, and it clashes with a 2021 Court of Appeal ruling that notes that magistrates have no authority to hand down non-custodial sentences for firearm-related charges.
When you read all of the Court of Appeal decisions, sentencing depends on the circumstances. And so I don't know that there's any mandatory minimum, any sentence.
Now, Janelle Finkel was ordered to pay over $1 million or face 6...
Oh man, I tell you, this whole system is corrupt. This whole system is corrupt. I'm telling you. But hey, at the end of the day, you niggas in this society, you ain't on the level as Esau. Your ass going to jail. If it was you was going to jail. All right, this is not our kingdom. This is Esau's kingdom. All right. At the end of the day, so he ain't gonna be in trouble as other men. All right. It's Psalms 73 and 5. They are not in trouble as other men, neither are they plagued like other men, because this is his kingdom. He's ruling. The courts favor them. He doesn't pay that big fine. That's it. He get off that case. All right. But just to show you how wicked the society is. All right. But I just want to bring out the spirit power. Yahweh Shemashai. Yama Shalom.